afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ian here. We're at the majestic golf course here in Cottage Grove. John Smith just took a chip here at hole number 7. I don't know about you, Eric, but it looks like he was a little soft on the delivery. Just kidding. We're at a golf course, but it's shady and nice. Ian here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Modern Automotive Performance video update. Again, we've got the Mk7 GTI with us today. We are going to showcase a little bit of the Stage 2 kit that we're about to release for the GTIs. Basically what this kit's going to consist of is the MAP downpipe and the MAP intake, along with an off-the-shelf Stage 2 tune for the Cobb Access Port. I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware, as you've seen in our other videos, if you do purchase the Access Port from MAPerformance, we will supply a free custom off-the-shelf tune that we developed in-house. The Stage 1 tune, which we did a video on, you can check that out on our page. If Eric wants to link it, he can do so. So yeah, today we've got the MAP downpipe, we've got the MAP intake with heat shield installed on the car right now, along with our off-the-shelf Stage 2 tune. So I figured we'd just go for a little drive today, kind of see how it performs, talk about some nerdy number stuff, and go from there. Let's go for a drive. So before we go ramping on it, I thought we'd chat a little bit about some of the benefits and features of the MAPerformance Stage 2 Performance Kit. So why would someone go Stage 2 on their GTI? There's a few benefits. I know a lot of you guys are currently running our Stage 1 tune basically on the stock car, and I know over stock the gains are pretty significant. So going from Stage 1 to Stage 2, really what we consider that is the addition of our intake system and our downpipe. Currently the car has our catless downpipe on it right now, catless, non-resonated, and it's run through the stock catback. So we'll get some sound clips of that here later as well. But what we found in tuning and all that fun stuff is we have seen utilizing the same wastegate duty cycle. We do, did I say duty cycle? So utilizing the same duty cycle as our Stage 1 tune, the Stage 2 setup is running another additional 3 to 4 psi. But what that's going to do is it's basically running a lot more efficient, and we're seeing on average additional 20 wheel horsepower and 20 foot-pounds of torque, especially in the 28 to 4,800 RPM range. So definitely an increase in mid-range punch. And it does help with some top end. It does seem to carry top end power a little bit better without dropping off so dramatically like it does on some of the Stage 1 OTS tunes. So, but overall, it's a blast. There's a lot more noises involved, that's for sure. That could be either a good thing or a bad thing. I find it pretty pleasant. This intake is fairly loud, so you do hear a lot of the whooshy noises from this turbo and stock diverter valve. It's kind of neat. And of course, I know everyone's going to say, what about the DSG flatulence? It's there. It's still there. Again, we're on the stock hatchback, but you can still kind of hear it between shifts, which is kind of fun. Last weekend, we were actually just up at Brainerd International Raceway for our Proving Grounds event. If any of you guys were there, I hope you had fun. So we did a bunch of runs in the Gulf. We managed to do, let's see, the best time we got in this bad boy was a 13.78 at 105.4, which is decent for an off-the-shelf tune and some bolt-on parts, but according to the forum, you guys said that should be a lot faster, so obviously we'll have some improvements on that. But overall, pretty decent day for the car, being 68% humidity and all that fun stuff. But did a lot of runs. The car was flawless. I had a bunch of fun with it, and yeah, it was neat. But anyways, let's get on the highway. Let's do some pulls. Some Oklahoma City stuff. That's not really Oklahoma City. There, it's more from a dig. We have a non-limited slit front-wheel drive car, but I'll still do it from the dig. Okay, so let's schniggity schnoog. I'm gonna put it in old manual mode so I can shift it by myself. feels awesome. I love this car. That's probably why I bought one, but I still love them. We're still in the factory DSG tuning software. I'm not sure if Cobb's going to do anything with that. It's a very big possibility. But yeah, another thing to think about with this is a non-PP car, no limit slip, no DSG tuning, but I'm sure that'll come down the road. But yeah, even in regular drive, just driving it normal, nice and civil. But you can kind of hear, even at just part throttle. Oh, and that noise. I gotta bring that up. Brian, our tutor, told me to talk about that fluttering noise. Right there. I'm supposed to mention, that's actually not compressor surge, which is a completely reasonable thought, but apparently that's actually the PCV system in this car fluttering, which is kind of interesting, but I know some people are going to call that out. Why is it fluttering? All right, so let's turn traction control off. I'm not sure if Brian has the new Cobb traction control features listed on here, but I'll leave it a shot. I'm gonna get away from those guys a little bit. You got that camera mounted?
I think I'm ready.
All right, fair enough. I'm not gonna launch it. I'm just gonna like do this. Oh yeah. Oh, that was actually kind of cool. Interesting. So yeah, another kind of neat thing. Saturday, we got an email from Cobb Tuning, and they've just released some launch control features for the Mk7. That's going to be huge. I'm sure as some of you may know, without the use of VACCOM or like a OBD2, or wait, that's not what I meant to say. I'm sure some of you guys are aware, without the use of using VACCOM or anything like that, you can't fully 100% disable the traction control in this car. But what Cobb is actually just coming out with is some cool, intuitive launch control features for this car. So it's still, even though I had traction control off, it was activating it, but it felt like it was modulating the torque. I don't know if that's the right word. That was kind of neat. So that was something we were playing around with at the track this weekend too. So last weekend, I don't know what weekend. Little second gear roll on there. Oh, this thing's a ride on the street. What a fun car. So numbers. I didn't talk about numbers. So this car, bone stock, I think we did 228, 230 wheel horsepower and 265 foot-pounds of torque. With the Stage 1 MAP off-the-shelf tune, I think we did 303 wheel horsepower and 365 wheel torque. And then best numbers we saw on our off-the-shelf Stage 2 was a peak of 315 wheel horsepower and 382 foot-pounds of torque. Again, that's just peak numbers, but as I mentioned earlier, in that 2,800 to 4,800 RPM range, that's where we did see, 20, 25 wheel horsepower and torque gains. So significantly meatier in that part of the power band, which isn't a bad thing because that's, where most guys drive around on the street. But yeah, overall, the car feels awesome. Super smooth. It pulls really clean. Plenty of power for a front wheel drive, low 3,000 pound hatch. Yeah, this is a blast. So if you guys have any questions on our Stage 2 kit or any of the parts involved or the tune for that matter, give us a call, hit me up on Facebook or on the forums. We'll be glad to help you out. But thank you guys for watching. If you haven't joined us, if you're a first timer, If you're a noob, as they call it on the interwebs, feel free to subscribe to our channel. We're gonna have a lot more updates on the Golf. I've got more updates on the WRX. You know? Or maybe we're just gonna go on the dyno soon. Maybe it's gonna make 400 wheel horsepower. Maybe it won't make 400 wheel horsepower. But maybe it will. Either way, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We're going straight. I'm not gonna turn. Oh, that's right, sound clips. We're gonna pull out and do some sound clips. Let's do that.